yeah, you should be able to.
But yeah, something I like to tend to do, especially in these Trump markets where anything can happen and then, things can go off strip. When you're holding this sell here, let's say you did it have statistical data and maybe you're holding for even previous daily lows, right? Let's just say that, just for an example. I always say this, and I even have it marked in text. Let me see if I can move this thing because it's blocking. I even have it in text, lack of displacement rule. Failure to create FVGs on 1 hour and or 4 hour equals high chance of reversal. Mainly, we care about the 1 hour because we're not really swinging.
I've
One
heard you say
hour,
that a few times. Yeah.
30-minute, maybe. In this entire leg down, yes, we took Asia lows. If you're anticipating holding your trade, okay, we have not created a single bearish fair value gap here. We took our Asia low targets, but if you're holding to previous daily lows, you need to see basically price. This candle right here should already be, it shouldn't even be
The
like,
entry candle it's like it already got tapped. Like everything, all the bearish signatures already got checked early,
yeah,
pretty much.
it's
So
over.
it left no resistance
Hmm.
for the reversal, basically. Like it was just low resistance, basically easier. You know what I'm saying? It didn't less push to go further when it was time for reversal because there was nothing left to really stop it on the shelf, pretty much.
Exactly. So because we see this lack of displacement, we anticipate a reversal. So let's say you do anticipate the reversal and you take advantage of it. Well, you already know what stop placements would be. Easily on the 1 hour, it could be just 50% of the low,
Hmm.
and then just, targeting the highs, let's say. All right, cool. This was a 1 to 11 just based on the 1 hour. The highs was a 1 to 12. If you're holding this trade, you at least want to see on the 1 hour, 30-minute displacement. Well, I need this third candle here to not even touch this candle's high to form a fair value gap. It cannot do that. The immediate point it does that, I'm out. I can't be in it. I'm out. I can't be in it. I'm out for, let's just say 1 to 3. To me, that's still a break even. 1 to 3. I'm out. I can't be in there. 1 to 3, you could go about your day with that. But because of that rule, you avoided this. And this happens so many times.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I know exactly what you mean because that's that's one of those things I'll be talking about. Like when you're a high risk area for like higher time frame because of that mid time frame. You've got inefficiencies and shit that's sitting right there. So it's like, oh, price. It might keep going, but it can reverse right here, or it just put you in a little bit.
Mhm.
Reverse, hit stop, then go back up type shit. Like, but literally, like you said right there, how it happened. It's like it's definitely one of those areas. And then it's like basically like all the prime inefficiencies for us to continue to the downside leg were used to get us down there in the first place. Like when you look, that's why there's like the lack, and that's where the wick comes from on the higher time frame and all this little choppy looking low time frame action. It's like price was just basically like checking, like you said, taking out everything, moving down.
Hmm.
Then it moved back up, cleared that shit out, rebalanced, and put in and continuing on higher.
Yeah, it's exactly that. And basically this whole entire week, you know, I mean, you could kind of go look over that your own, but yeah, man, that's
Mhm.
basically all that's all we do. Like that's all we do. And I think that's also why I mean that's also why we have our guy Nabris here. He might not be in here, but this dude came to me like a month ago saying he couldn't have $150 winning days. And after
Yeah. Now my boy hitting out the
winning 30K
ballpark for
days.
real.
And it's
That's
just
what's
because
up.
of this, just because of this
Yeah.
type of simplicity. It's an immediate pivot, like especially if you're a seasoned
So
trader.
the main thing I just have questions on is
Hmm.
like areas of relevance. Like how are you mechanically deriving your areas of relevance and where you want to engage with price? Is it strictly by the timing of when you come to the computer?
Yeah, literally.
That's why you only come to the computer at the time you do.
Yeah. And the thing is, I could trade later. I just don't want
Okay,
to, I
okay.
value my
So it's
peace.
like literally just purely like what is relevant to where I am right now.
Yep. Right
And
here.
then that's why your timing and when you trade is so important. See, like, because that's it makes it a lot simpler. Oh shit, let me let this person in on that. I
Yeah.
don't know why that settings on, but like that's why, because that makes a lot more sense. Because for me, like I'm always, usually trying to trade earlier or things like that, and
Hmm.
it makes sense for structuring like of the framework, if it makes
Hmm.
sense. You know what I mean? It makes it easier because the things I look at to derive the areas of relevance are so contextual.
Hmm.
It's what I mean? It makes it harder. It's not as simple. So like that makes a lot more sense.
Right. Yeah. It's just that. It's just that simple. Like, you know, I already went over today's price, but like we can even go over yesterday's price action on gold, and you can kind of really tell how it's gonna look like. But
Hmm.
um, yesterday, what do I see on the 4 hour? Well, I'm about to trade this 6 a.m. candle here, or the 6 a.m. candle's already formed. Do I see anything that I can use? No, not really. There's no swing high. There's no bearish fair value gap. Uh,
Hmm.
I mean, there is one all the way to the left, but I tend to utilize the last 3 to 4 days of price action, maybe a week. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I most likely would not have picked up that there's a bearish fair value gap here. I'm sorry, it's just not happening. I'm always honest with myself. It's just not happening. So I would
Who else
end
is
the
gonna
market.
keep you honest?
Yeah, I'm not marking anything here on the 4 hour. There's nothing here for me to. I'm gonna mark that. Like, I mean, so far it looks like we're bullish, like this opposing candle here, but
Hmm.
there's nothing that I can really use for this candle here. I can use this bullish fair value that we created here from 6 p.m. to 2 p.m. or to 2 a.m. I'll mark that out. Maybe you utilize that.
Hmm.
Maybe
Now
you utilize
this
this 4 hour opposing candle to the left because it's always to the left of my
that's what I was just about to ask.
right. Maybe
Yeah,
you utilize
that's what I was gonna ask about the for that opposing candle to the left right there, kind of in the middle.
and then really, I'm still not married to anything. I really, to me, this is just little work that I'll do, but I really, and you're seeing the same signature occur. I'm trading the 8 a.m. to 8:30 time frame, right, on a 30 minute. So I wouldn't have seen that this candle closed bullish. But what I would have seen is this bullish candle here is acting as resistance thus far, right? So that's one. That's one
And
thing.
the candle next to it is a failure to swing on the low time frame. You can see it.
The what?
I said the candle next to it is a failure to swing on the low time frames on
Hmm.
either side. You can see it.
Yeah, but still, this isn't enough for me yet. So
No, yeah, yeah, no, no. So I'm just really just talking out loud, like saying like, okay, yeah, like what you're saying makes so much sense and how it comes into play, like with all the other things that like confirm it even more.
hmm so now the only other thing here that I have is this is the 8 a.m. to 8:30 candle. Can't really do anything based off this. Bearish candles are not being used as support, so I'm not really bullish still.
Hmm.
Um, I see this bearish candle here that formed at 8:30. Because this would be live, I'll just mark the high or the opening high of that bearish candle because I'm still like undecided in terms of I'm doing this like you're doing this live, so you're not seeing all this price action, right? So all you're
No, of
seeing is a
course.
bullish candle here and a bearish
You're just
candle.
yeah, you're just on the 30 minute and like you said, like yeah, you just see the bullish candle there and
Yeah, you're saying, okay,
how
cool.
price is forming.
If we start to move up and utilize this bearish candle as um support, sure, we're bullish. But the thing is, it does it, right? It fails, right?
Nah, instantly, yeah, it's
And then
just
it starts moving where?
towards the
That bullish
downside.
candle right.
Yeah,
So when you're seeing this live, it's such a funny thing. It's such an interesting thing because when you're seeing that this is 30 minutes that's going by. So like you technically to me, you have all the time in the world. Like this is just like it's just like everything's just
yeah, yeah. You're literally, it's just yeah, I know exactly what you mean, bro. That shit, all right, when you're looking at the like a 1 hour or 30-minute candle or even a 4 hour candle's form, it feels like you're fucking back testing with the with the time slow down. I know exactly what you mean. Like it's you really kind of see how it develops because like I'm always really watching the higher time frame.
Mhm.
It's just that like I'll take those lower time frame entries, but or limit orders from refinement. But definitely like I really see like the keys of like what you're working with. Basically, it's like the pure logic of just because that's kind of literally how I already kind of operate is just basing the logic off of what needs to be respected and what fails and it's not respected and where we going because we didn't respect that or because we did respect it. Like,
Mhm. So now, again, you have two options. Are you going to wait until price starts to, close below this bullish candle and miss the trade? Or
hmm
are you going to see this forming in real time, the signature forming in real time, and anticipate that price is going to use this bullish candle, that V shape is going to form it and close below it and use it as resistance and thus start targeting what? Again, this week's been a little off with the whole government shutdown. Just target session liquidities, Asia low, it'll be fine. Um, so how would it look? Well, the safest entry would be if you still use the opening of this bullish candle here. And again, I prefer my stops to be 50% of the body of the opposing candle, or, and it makes sense depending on the context. It makes sense
or
depending
the
on the context.
yeah,
If you,
depending on the context and
yeah,
what's around.
like let's say price was it already down here and your opposing candle was somewhere up here and price is closer to here, you would have used most likely the wick high or 50% of it, right? But price
Yeah,
is already moving down here.
just to give it that little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, price is already moving down here, right? You can do 50% of the body, and that's the safest entry possible that you can have, um, which is like basically 1 to 10. Now, the other entry
Yeah,
is this is probably would be my entry initially is immediately as I'm seeing price reject off of this um bearish candle, I'm already gonna be like, you know what? This manipulation, it shouldn't be
mhm.
it shouldn't be anything too crazy. I'm already seeing structure. I'm already seeing a failure to displace, as I call it. You're not seeing any bullish fair value gap form here, right? So price tends to, when you're seeing that signature, especially before you're about to enter your position, if it's failing to displace one side, which is the bullish side, price will immediately just expand. It will blow. Like so, my entry initially could probably look like this opening here. I'm like, you know what? Safe stops would be this candle's high or something like that.
Bro, oh my goodness, dog.
And
This
I take those
this
entries all the time, Moon. I take those entries all the time.
this is so like that. It's like I'm like because it's like when you it's like you see things like in like logic and then you see other things that you normally see and then you see how it's all coming into play and it's like okay when you might have been like looking for a way to do something before. What happened?
Hello.
hello?
Yeah, what's up, boss?
Um, I had a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um, I don't really understand the point of when you're trying to say the opposing candle. I just see like I'm not sure if I'm understanding it right. So are you like I don't
A
know.
candle.
I just
Bro, you
All
just
right,
guessing.
it's like
I just
this.
see like yeah.
just got here to
If
say
you're,
that you haven't watched not one single video yet. I'm gonna be
oh, okay,
completely
yeah.
honest
So
with
yeah,
you.
you got to go put the work in.
You
Yeah,
gotta go
my
put in
bad.
the
I was
work.
about to explain this shit.
I'm gonna send you exactly what you need to watch because I'm really doing this for him right now, and I don't want to waste too much.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. All right.
Mhm.
I'm gonna send you what you need to
Bro,
watch, and then we can ask questions later, okay?
It's good, guy.
All right.
Okay.
But
just to clarify, just so make sure I know what I'm even thinking about and talking about, the opposing candle is going to be in the opposing direction from which your bias to trade is, and it is in a spot which is relevance, and the failure to respect the opening
mhm,
of this candle
mhm.
is where you gain entry into your position.
So you're not always gonna. So the failure, like
Not at the failure, but you know what I mean, like confirmation bias, all that kind of,
your
like
confirmation is the success of closure below,
yeah,
above
yeah, yeah,
opening
yeah.
candles price. So that the
Got you.
success,
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know I gotta put my foot in my mouth a little bit trying to explain this new shit to me, but I'm trying to like make sure I got it, like understand it.
yeah, the success when you see like you're already in this position chilling. When you see this candle close, at this point, there's let's say your initial entry is all the way up here. Let's just say you added
Hmm.
some more size and now your average entries somewhere where most people would have entered, right? At the actual opposing candle.
Yeah.
And then now you move your stop instead of all the way being up here, where we actually would have had it in, which would be here. And now you have immense, well, not immense size, but now you have the good size, still really good risk to reward. But now all the risk is removed. It's already done. It's a done deal. And that's what we tend to do a lot of the times is you already see it a mile away, but right when you get that candle closure, because your average entry or your entry is already so high or so low, it'll price will just move it closer to where your actual entry would have been, or if you were safer, and then you can move your stop to the next level that it's supposed to be at. So instead of being at the extreme, which would be the swing high, now it's at 50%. And now you're
Hey, hey, is can I say something real quick, Moon?
yeah.
So like even on trades like this, Thomas, like for me, if I'm already seeing that this opposing candle is failing off of that first high of that first bearish candle next to it, if I see that candle
Hmm.
failing, if I see the third the second well, the second candle that opens next to it, that bearish candle, if I see that open and wick that opposing candle, that 30-minute opposing candle, as soon as we start moving bearish, I'm in that trade. That's just that's just how I opt. That's how I've seen it happen so many times. It's more likely on the 1 hour that I see it happen a lot. But even on this 30-minute, it's clean as hell. It will be something I would take 10 out of
No,
10. You know what I mean? 10
I
out
know
of
what
10
you
times. You
mean.
know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like you've already seen everything you need in the data to just be like, fuck, like this is what I'm looking for. It's time to put
Yeah.
on risk. If I'm wrong, I'm fucking
Yeah, yeah,
wrong.
and I'm
I get
risking and
what
I'm
you,
risking according.
yeah,
So I'm not
yeah,
risking nothing
yeah. I get
crazy.
I
I
get
got I
what
got
you
a
mean
I got a
exactly.
comfortable risk. My risk is
Yeah,
$150 to two
it's
hundred and fifty
basically
dollars, bro.
yeah. It's everything.
It's nothing.
All your boxes have been checked in order to think
Yeah.
that there's a
I'm
trade
I'm
here.
good. I can just hop in a
Yeah,
trade and play it out. I'm anticipating this candle to close below here. This
got you.
candle already failed to do its job. It didn't support price. It
Exactly.
failed.
That's why that was like my aha, because it's like that's already like what I'm looking for, just in different areas. And so like this is something more fine-tuned, but simpler at the same fucking time. It's beautiful. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's just that. I mean, it's really just that. Like,
Because it plays into the like, literally just simple market structure
mhm,
and not like market knowledge, like it just plays into effect, but it skewers it, like what you say about that variance is it skewers it even to the relevance of where and what you're looking for as far as into instead of like you're looking at the whole haystack and then like you're picking out the green hay.
Mhm.
Now it's like you're not even looking at a haystack. You're like you just grabbed a little bit in your hand
Hey,
and you
bro,
come and grab it at eight
when I
o'clock.
tell you these entries be snipers, bro, it's scary as shit. It's
Yeah.
actually scary how sniper these entries be. He gonna show you some. If he about to go to ES, it's about to get worse. So,
Chris, it's about to get worse. Nah, you mean better.
Let's see. Um, this day was very, very interesting because I took a trade on Go and ES at the same time. But this is a very, very good day. We actually had news this day. It was like one of the days that we actually had news. Um, this is very, very interesting. This is just so you see this so often, it gets a little crazy. So, on the 4 hour time frame, I had pointed out, I'm pretty sure live. Um, so again, we're trading the 6 a.m. candle. I had pointed out that this opposing candle, as long as it acts as support, will probably be bullish, right? Most likely. Most likely. As long as we close above it, will probably be bullish. Well, by the time I get on the charts, we're already well above it. So, kind of already like, okay, cool. We're looking pretty one-sided, but that's not good enough. Still not good enough for me. Um, I'm gonna go up a little bit more. So I know that my time frame will be 9:30 to 10 a.m. to start looking for a trade on ES. Okay, cool. Well, 9 a.m. already opens up, manipulates already lower into this 4 hour, and guess what? It's also 1 hour opposing candle as well, right? We technically got a few options, this one or this. Either or is fine. They're both relatively close, right? So I actually really like to see this when both time frames opposing candles align. It's very, very, very nice to see. Do we have any bullish fair value gaps that we're using? Yeah, this small one right here, very, very particular small one here. We see that, we mark it up. Cool. Before price even opens, we already have all this marked up. Boom. Ideally, now my crazy ass, I could enter just based off the 1 hour, just looking at the one, just literally just seeing the
Mhm.
reaction from that opposing candle and price moving up. I could just enter based off that. But to keep uniformity, go down to the 30-minute time frame, and you're gonna probably see before 9:30 even opens up, we're gonna form a bearish candle to utilize
Mm.
to push price up. So before 9:30, I'm already anticipating that we're probably gonna have a bearish candle if we're just supposed to be bullish.
That's another key right there. It's like when you were getting your entry, you gotta have to see already the markers for confirmation that you're at the right swing point in the first place, kind of. You know
hey,
what I mean?
bro,
It's like,
I've seen this trade right here play out maybe 10 to 15 times over the last month to 2 months, and it might be 100%. If you see this type of situation at 9:30,
My God.
yeah,
But
it's
another
like
thing too is, let's
GG's.
say you're still unsure. Let's say you're still unsure. Okay, I understand that. You're still unsure. For me to be bearish, I need price not to close below this one, not to close below, I needed to close below this one right here. It needs to
Mm,
close below this array of bullish candles and
hmm.
act as resistance for me to even think about being bearish. It needs to do that. So in my opinion, this is very, very one-sided. I can't even think about being bearish here. So
Yeah.
immediately when price closes here, I'm like, okay, am I gonna immediately take an entry? No. I have this opposing candle here. I want to let price open up, manipulate. I like to see that manipulates. Then as price starts to push up, you have two options again. Option one, you could take the body, right? The low of the candle.
Hmm.
You can take 50% of the body, which is what I tend to do. And what does targets look like? Well, for this day, price statistically is primed to move 0.99% on the dot after NY manipulate. So this is supposed to be our low. If you just measure that, 0.99% is right here. you're exiting perfectly. You're not worrying about like this shit's kind of crazy. But anyways, here,
Nah, this is spooky. This is a little spooky.
um, that would be your exit. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Does it align with something? Yeah, it aligns with swing high, aligns with previous daily high. Cool. Well, it doesn't align with previous daily high. It aligns with previous NY high. But um, that's your exit. That's your entry. This is your more conservative,
Mhm.
stops at the body low. This is me, 50%. If you want to do swing low, it could be 50% of that swing low, the actual swing low. I tend not to do this because then you just start to get outwardly large stops. And it makes no sense. When price is one-sided, you're not going to see this candle open up and then go all the way down here. Because why? We need to see displacement, right? So ideally, you want to see
Mhm.
this candle, you want to see price open up. So why would price have to go all the way down here? Unless it were in really, really bad conditions. So
Yeah.
that's it. Are there any re-entries? Yeah, of course there's re-entries. Not on the 30-minute though. You already got your initial entry. If you miss this initial entry, yes, there's re-entries. This is the one time I'll say go on the 15-minute. So on the 50-minute, this is an entry. This is an entry. How would your stop look? Well, entry would always be at the opening, or
Oh my goodness. Boy, I ain't gonna lie, you just made him fucking monster.
stops
Oh my
either at the
fucking
low,
goodness.
or again, 50% of the wick, the 50% of the swing low. I guess since it's a swing low, maybe you add in more as you see price start to respect this. I don't know. Initially,
Yeah.
this is one. Your second one would look like this. 50% of the body would look like this. Target the
Oh
same
man.
thing. Targets don't
Yeah.
change. It's still 0.99. So that's a 7R. That's a 4.5R. And that's a 12R. Now, I could go deeper and say you could take much, much more precise entries, basically the bottom. Um, you would basically be anticipating. You'd be anticipating. So let's say this entry here, your entry could be basically the wick, like the wick as it's starting to, let's say it's starting to move down. You're already starting to see price open up. Let's just say you enter immediately based off that, and you anticipate that price is going to
Mhm.
close up here. So now your RR went from this 1 to 5 or something like that into like a 1 to 10. I tend to do this a lot of the times because I already see, again, it's a 30-minute time frame. You already see price forming that lower wick, manipulate it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
avoid it all.
already.
And now price has to do what? Push up, form that body, close above that opposing candle. Boom, you're done. So,
Yeah. What just pops out to me is like where I would see the trades at
mhm,
and how the trades that your system pulls that are like so solid and like you know what I mean, just like pure. Oh, it says it's running out of time, but we got like 10 minutes, but like it's just so like sound into skewering out that noise.
mhm,
And it's like I'm just like seeing where that's why like when I said like sometimes like you guys like we're trade the same moves, but I'll be in a little bit earlier, but it's like the way price is reacting, it's like I can now see where my entry would be at more like risky with a bigger stop pretty much. Or not, no, not necessarily like I say a bigger stop, but you know what I mean, just more when I say risky because it's either this is going to follow through or it's going to fail. And the only way I know if it fails is either if I hit break even or stop, you know. But I can now wait after seeing that and then take an entry using this system when I already have, you know what I mean? It's like I already know I want to be. I'm already. It's almost like it's like seeing the move from a different lens, but having firmer confirmation with the same. You know what I mean? Looking at it through like with the other lens, if it makes sense. Like when I look at it your way, it makes it seem dumb to not be more certain when you see other things that have already happened that already align with all of these data factors and bias. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck am I even thinking about if this shit's not about to work for when I already seen all of this shit happen already? Like all of these things I've already led and already told me. If I lose, I'm wrong. That's fine, but it's like almost like I said, just skewering out all the noise of uncertainty on where to hold and all those kinds of things as well, or go and break even.
Mhm.
You
Yeah, like
know,
it's
that's just what
exactly
I'm
that.
seeing like right now.
And another really, really interesting thing too is, so I remember telling you
See,
the failure of one opposing candle will lead to the success of another, right?
hmm
We have these three bearish candles here, and we have this bearish candle here. So they're sandwiched in. These are technically opposing candles. Do you see how this bearish candle closes to the bullish opposing candle? If we were to be bearish,
hmm
that's what you'd be looking at, right? It closes
yeah,
ever so
yeah,
slightly above it, right?
yeah, exactly.
And you're seeing that in real time. Your entry could literally be the wick. Again,
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm seeing all of that, and then like from the bottom, from like more to the bottom of the pattern, like when we were coming out of London ish. Like I think this might have been something I traded, but just on like different asset because the price action looks so similar. But yeah, that's why I see what you mean. It's like you already see how prices already been respecting these levels, and then it has no strength for the counterparty. Like there's no strength. Like it would not close
mhm,
below that low.
Can I also say, Moon, when you were on a 15 minute just now, right?
I
mhm,
mean,
Yeah, even on a 15 minute at the opposing candle, we also formed a swing.
yeah, those 15 minutes get respected.
But
It's
yeah,
just like
we
it's just more
we
noise.
also formed a swing at the opposing candle, and then we immediately close above it like that type of stuff. This type of stuff
Yeah,
is
I
what
see
I
what
pay
you mean,
attention
Kyle.
to.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
where Moon
yeah,
says like he'll take the wick as an additional entry, that's something I also do as well. I will draw that wick out in time and just wait for it to get tapped and just take and put my stop at 50%.
yeah.
And
And that
that's an ad for me. That's an ad for me. I do that all the
that
time.
and that's what I'm seeing now. And then okay, you see how you point out how it swung right there, and then look where it swung from after we made a previous swing low, and then we literally just tested that area discount or fair value, whatever you would call it. You know what I mean? We literally did that, then we swing higher. Then we steady respecting all of these bullish monikers, as in not closing below this opposing candle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Pricing
you
higher
just see
above.
how
Like,
sensitive price is in these areas. Like
yes,
price is
that's
very
why I
sensitive.
was,
You want
yeah,
to see
that's
this
what I was
sensitivity.
saying. So many words.
Yep.
It's so,
You want to see.
and when you see that all coming together, it's like
Mhm.
now I'm looking at the chart. I'm just like,
Bro, I swear to God, I
you
was
know,
looking at
like I'm,
I used to look at Moon's charts like, why is that so
yeah,
clean? Why
I
is that
fucking
clean
see
like
that.
that?
Like now
Like,
it's like I really see.
yeah, bro.
And then it's like when you say, because when I'm taking my market entries, and I'm looking at price form live, that's why I can feel what y'all saying so much about, oh, once I see this, I just know like I gotta get in the trade. And then Moon's like, when he's watching it live and you see in the context and you know where your 4 hour is and how your daily's forming, you know where the liquidity's sitting, and you're like, okay, well, I just seen price come and check into the it's like what you're getting all these like boxes checked and with just such less to still variance. You know what I mean? No, the less, much less like noise to context. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, bro. It's like this. It's the same thing. It's the same
Yeah,
4 or 5 things on the checklist every day, and if we follow an order flow, we're gonna be in line. Like that's just
yeah,
if we're doing our
yeah,
checklist and we're doing things right, we're gonna be in line with order flow no matter what we're doing. It doesn't matter if they manipulate this shit out of 9:30, 10:30. I don't care what they do. As long as
yeah.
we're in the
That's the
order
key.
flow, we'll be fine.
That's the key. That's the key. And like what it really gives me from like what I'm seeing is, like I said, it's just so much more confirmation into like the intricacy of like all the different legs of price I'll be looking at and like what we're all seeing and playing off of. It just I don't know how to explain it other than that. And like it just makes a lot it makes everything make a lot more sense when you're taking that also into context. And then it also removes because all right, the way I'll see price and market structure, an ideal entry for me, which might be I won't even say like any more risky or whatever, but it's the timing wise that like fucks up because of how I'll play off of structure. It's like I can have an entry at 3:15, you know what I'm saying? Between 3 and 4, I can have an entry between 5 and 6, or my entry might not be in between 8 o'clock, or my entry that, you know what I mean, I see might be 10:30 or 10:15, 10:07. You know, like it's like that, all that the structure structurally looks the same, but like it's just that taking out the like the need to have so much
Hmm.
to know where you need to zero in.
Yeah.
It's like when you already know, like, okay, well, because it's just like, even if I come to the computer at 9 a.m. for the certain things I'm looking for to avoid manipulation and all the bullshit, it's like I'm referencing, prior session levels, I'm referencing where we are, from a mathematical standpoint in the range as far as discount and markup, and then what's available in that area as far as inefficiencies or not. What are we respecting from the higher time frame and how we got here? What does it look like we're ahead? All these different little things. And that's fine, but that's so much stronger and even better and easier and simpler when it's like you understand, okay, I'm here at this time. I'm referencing to this price because of this context, and I'm understanding because of the variance of the daily order flow how we're interacting with these current levels and what's here in this area of relevance,
Mhm.
what I need to now do. Fuck all the noise, fuck everything else. You know what I'm saying? It makes it a lot more simple.
All right, man. That's it.
Yeah, bro. Like, if anything, I want to like, bro. I'm over here like, yo, I want to fucking
Go on the charts, man.
yeah, you know what I'm
My
saying?
lady,
Go
you
on
know what
some
I'm saying?
charts, do some fucking Well, first, I want to like actively test my understanding.
Mhm.
Then I want to go do some historical, like, visual, basically, like, shit we always do, looking back in the past and seeing how things set up. And then I got to look at a bunch of old setups and see where you're like, all, especially ones that go wrong and how